Hi, this is Mirai Akagawa, and I would like to present to you my 15112 term project. I called it Noted. So I'm just going to quickly tell you what it does, and then I'll go through a couple of demos of all the features, and then I'll show you some snippets of my code. So what does this program do? In a nutshell, this program basically takes input from the trackpad instead of the keyboard, and so you can hold a pen and directly write onto the trackpad. This makes note-taking on the computer much more simpler and easier, and this makes a computer much more accessible for those in need, such as handicapped and the elderly. Alright, so instead of me talking about it, let me just show you what exactly it does. Okay, so there are two modes to pick from, draw or write. I will quickly show you a demo of the draw mode now. So I just created a new file, and as you can see, you can directly write on the canvas using the trackpad. The pen that is showing on the right bottom corner of the screen is a stylus, which is a capacitive sensing pen. So that's like your finger. And as you can see, you can put integer values into the color and change the values of the color in RGB and draw directly onto the canvas using those colors. There's a color picker, and you can see what the current color is, and you can also change the pen size if you want. Okay, now I'm going to talk briefly about the write mode. The write mode is a little more complicated compared to the draw mode, but once you get it, it's pretty easy. So I'm going to create a new file again, but this time instead of choosing draw mode, I'm going to click write, and this will actually create a document on the right hand side of the screen. And as you can see, you can write directly onto the canvas, and the words that you write will be transferred onto the document automatically. The trackpad is split into half, the top half being one word and then the bottom half being another word. And basically you write each word one at a time. Now you can see if you make a mistake, you can click the left edge of the screen of your trackpad and it will ignore the current word that you were trying to write. Tapping the bottom or top edge of the trackpad will mean new line. And at this point, I'm going to exit the write mode, enter the draw mode, and show you how you can enter a diagram onto the document. So I'm going to draw, let's say you're in math class, you're drawing a sine curve. Right, here we go. So that was on the draw mode. So I'm going to exit the draw mode, enter the write mode. And if you press P, the image will appear on the document. And I can keep writing. And here we go. So you can do many things. Now I'm actually going to talk a little bit about the code of the program, so what's happening behind the screen. So usually the mouse uses relative positioning to find out where the cursor goes, but what I wanted to do was get the direct information, the abstract position of the trackpad. So I needed to use C-types to get into the hardware. I used code from Ludwig Ericson, that's the reference in the website there, and edited myself. So here's a little bit of the code you can see. The part it's showing is the part I edited, and that's the part where it returns the trackpad position. Okay, at this point I'm going to talk a little bit about the write mode and how the write input works. So this is a snippet from my code, and you can see this is the write input function. This is actually a fundamental part of the code which takes the points from the trackpad and displays it onto the canvas. So here it's converting the floating point values into an integer with the canvas size, and those are the boundaries in order to crop the words. Here he checks if the point is in a new half of the screen, in which case it means a new word, so call new word, and then these draw the points onto the canvases. Okay, so that was write input. So there are multiple functions in my program, but when do I know which one to use? Well, for example, new word is determined by splitting the trackpad into two parts, And then whenever the coordinate is on a new half, it means that it wants to be a new word, so I call the function new word. For using the edges means basically giving the coordinates a certain value. For example, if the left edge will be 0 to 5, or on the right edge will be width to width minus 5. And that's about it for now. Please check out the details in my design document. There are many more features to look at in detail. And thank you so much.